Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let'sPlay, some more Pillars of Eternity. I did it right! I did it right.
Sure.
Dudes are a little tired, but we're just gonna go upstairs anyway. See what we can find. Hopefully it's not a big scary death monster that was gonna murder me, because I couldn't take a nap before we went up here. And you know what I think about naps. They're super useful and mandatory. Where are we at?
I shall be
A moment,
quiet as a
please.
calm sea.
I feel I should explain
which is
myself.
Not very quiet.
Okay, Olaf. Explain yourself about what?
my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
I think this is a cross your arms and wait kind of thing. He clasped his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That's when we resolved the matter of your soul. We would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about this, Emil.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Hey, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Barath spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable hill speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse is burned down and teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in Gilded Vale? She doesn't think, and she doesn't back down, and trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. But didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
Alright, if to help.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Let's talk about something else. I don't care. Two-sided. Alright. Aloth is a crazy person. Hold on a second. There's a ghost there. Did not notice. Hello, ghost.
Come
Ghost?
to pay your respects to the queen that was.
Ghost hovers in the middle of the ruin, reciting blessings and prayers. Even as the spirit's form shifts and swirls, it retains the face of an elderly man in robes that mark wealth and status. Turns to you. I'd like to know more about the Boudicca.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Boudicca watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Boudicca is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
Sounds like kind of a dick. It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Boudicca's house of worship. Where are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugfold III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
What you're doing?
Worshipping Boudicca, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
You do know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
I'm serious, just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
Goodbye. Okay, there's a ghost. Alright. Good to see ghost stuff occasionally.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Wait, where the F am I? Oh, this is a new place. Crucible Keep, Ducal Palace, Balian Embassy, Heritage Hill, Copper Lane, Brackenbury. Oh, okay. We're in a new place. What should we do next? Crucible Keep, Penhelm. Brackenbury Sanitarium. Some cliff somewhere. Endless Paths. Ah, yes, we could go to kill Raedric. I think I'll wait on that for a bit. And in the archive in the Ducal Palace. Waiting there. Prisoner of choice. Show me a wealthy neighborhood that also housed misery and madness. Ah, yes. Okay. Tower. Ah, okay. A couple places I have to find in here.
All
Let's
these
take a look.
circling feet heading nowhere.
Yes, Durance. Sounds like something to be angry about. Balian Embassy. There's probably something interesting happening in there. Let's go check it out. There's always something happening in embassies. Well, I mean paperwork, probably, but beyond that.
Steady does it.
It's a book. Get in there, book. That'd be stealing, alright.
Well met.
Hail and well met. What are the Valian Republics like? They're rich in all ways, in wealth and style and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? People are beautiful and charming. I'm here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it. But when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. There's nothing else. I must return to my duties. Well, I guess that's how you feel about that. Let's get trader people.
As a calm sea, which
Some
is
diplomats.
not very quiet.
What's going on down here? Ooh, more things I can steal. Giftbringer Iden. I'm sure you had a lot of interesting things to say, Giftbringer Item. What we got in here? Some money. Alright. No interest.
Keep quiet.
That's stealing. Just lock breaking.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
How many? 7 mechanics plus 8 lockpicks? Sure. What's in here? Obsidian lamp figurine. Wow, summons 3 shades. Okay. That's interesting. We might come back for that. Seems like it could be a good item. I'm just, reluctant to steal stuff, because, I think 8 lockpicks for 240 experience is probably a good trade. Where else to go? I mean, the Ducal Palace, obviously. We could head back to Copper Lane Arena. Let's go check this stuff out, actually. Townhouses. That guy has an awesome hat. I'm not seeing any quests going on here. Let's go inside the Ducal Palace. Why not? Oh yeah, I can enchant shit. Maybe I should do that. Use the mechanics of the game to increase my wealthiness. Locked doors, eh? Yeah, just some cool hats. Whatever. Sidley, welcome to the Ducal Palace. Good day to you. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? Tell me about the current Duke. That would be Aver Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Aver rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough-and-tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. Looking for news? What goes on in here? Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies. And that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Fortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, we have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff, census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into shelving half of the records. Worst day of my life. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Aver's been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I need to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. But a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed doors. Why is animancy so controversial? Where to begin? Traditionalist thinks it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking around in souls is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. It doesn't help matters that animancy research often involves old Angwithan relics that were illegally looted from ruins in Air Glanfeth. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. Okay. What do you think about it? Me? I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We get a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the Gift or Copper Lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. Breaks your heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for him. I see. Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I think I can think of a better introduction to politics. Alright. That's not super interesting.
Hail, traveler.
Hail, traveler. Praise be to Magran, and welcome to our temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? This is about the fires, isn't it? They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Can you tell me what this is about? The sacred piles all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. What's that mean? It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. How could Magran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? What strength do we gain from adversity? From trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magran is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewing imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly heat. Shrug? I think I shrug. Well, I can't afford to be so nonchalant, but I'll leave Magran with me speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. This will likely sound so far-fetched to someone like you. Lately I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while I splash into the earth. And behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there... I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall, see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless, like so many Magran's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magran speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. God damn it, Durance. What's the significance of these piles? They symbolize Magran's power and guidance, and right now, the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. Our neighbors in the Valian Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else? Temples... Goodbye.
Nice and quiet.
God, Durance, you're such a dickbag. I love it. A records keeper. Well, hello there.
Hello.
Ah, I got the voice right. Hello! I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there's still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will towards raid Karens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone, and they came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. Alright, farewell. Fine, I'll go do your quests. There's a lot going on in here. Let's gather a party and venture forth. We demand to see the duke.
Hey, Allah, can I, talk to your, you know, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Okay. Well, looks like we've got everything. To the keep! Oh? What's this? The Affidavit Stenhall Expansion Hall. Oh, okay. Just a crier. Saying shit. Diplomat, Justicar. Doing his Justicar things. Let's go to the keep. See what's going on here. The party stash can be used for holding excess gear when their inventories fill up. Some item types, like quest items and ingredients, are automatically placed in the stash. Thank you, game. Thank you. What business brings you to the keep?
Hail and well met.
Hail and well met. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. What goes on in Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back, making plans as usual. You find the forge at the west end of the building along with our master smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the golem if you're the praying type. Looking for something or just knocking dirt off your boots? Who are you? Soldier! Tell me about the Crucible Knights. The Defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We're the first organized militia to oppose a Diran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Durned Row. What's this? About Dunreard Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlands. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. All I'm saying is you should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't? Seems like an extreme position to take. Just speaking the truth, nowadays it seems it's the biggest crime of all. It's a racist. Well, let's take a look around.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's look if we can steal anything.
Keeping quiet.
If this is
Dunstan.
about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Cleaver, okay. What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about the
They're all
knights.
smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Deerwood's heroes of old. Other than Dunreard Row, who really knows any of that, though? Interesting. What do we have here? Benhelm. Are you looking for something? Does the name Osric sound familiar? If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him, or with any of his new friends at the Expedition Hall for that matter. Scamps, delinquents, the lot of them. It's a story between you two. Osric has always held some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service. In the Crucible Knights, he frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we'd strayed too far from our roots. Some of our officers were beginning to resemble AD or nobility. He rubs a spot on his bracer with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forge hammers. I merely reported his statements. I don't see the problem. People change. Organizations change. The Crucible Knights began as a militia of blacksmiths, but Dunstan's one of the only officers who can wield a hammer these days. We're professional soldiers. Isn't that who you want defending a city? Besides, a novitiate has no business maligning his superiors. That history made the knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. We've outgrown that past. Sometimes you need to move on. Is that your breastplate he's wearing? Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. Became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find an armor that was used in the rebellion. Alright. Now, Affidavit. We have to convince him it's a forgery. Penhelm's Affidavit. Curran, a cipher duly appointed and employed by Dunra Road, is hereby certified that novitiate A.M. Penhelm has been found to have a soul free of any subversive influence or tainted essence. Let's hold on to that. What's in here? It's here. Ooh, money. Edict of Arrests. Interesting. Some Justicars. Got an Edict for Arrest. We have the Affidavit we could take a look at, too. It's probably going to be a battling zone. The Justicar's gaze flicks over to you briefly before turning to the novitiates gathered in the training area. This is about patrols. My novitiates have already stretched their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. I'm sorry, was there something else you needed? Is there something wrong at Heritage Hill? Oh god, I screwed it up. Can I scroll up? Ah, there we go. What isn't wrong is the real question. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. I should as soon abandon the district, but those monsters should find a way out. I could look into it. But what I've just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? You've got nothing to lose. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Alright, she's the trainer, I guess. We have some missing sentries. What else do we got going on here? Let's check out this room. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
An altar. This is the symbol of Abaddon, a colossal smithing hammer posed over circular gear. It's smooth and bright with buffing oils. Alright. Oh, hey.
Strange
Either one's
place
stuck.
for a shrine to Abaddon, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. And the only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me about it. They get these young kids in there and tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights and is forged to go win Deerwood's independence. Then they join, and it turns out all any of those knights ever talk about is when are we going to get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles in our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl. Says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him so? Seems like some members do still take those ideals seriously. You see with the older knights, some of them, they were taught differently. I feel for them, seeing all that slowly wearing away around them, with nothing to be done because the wrong people are in charge. Shame they don't have better people leading them. Ugh. No! I don't want this bunch of assholes.
We just don't have the manpower.
We just don't have the manpower.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
But you have enough soldiers.
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Vienna leaves the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. That's his area of expertise anyway. Once you broaden the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Alright, goodbye. Built to last. Books. Now, if I can take this. Ah, it's stealing. Don't do it. Well, we have some things we could do for the Crucible Knights, despite some of them being... I'm not going to use the word assholes, but not people I want to deal with on a regular basis.
I shall be discreet.
Yeah, that's probably fair. And that's probably it for this episode, folks. Thanks for joining me. My name's Mal, and next on our list, we're just going to keep exploring, keep getting side quests, and eventually end up in a sanitarium would be my bet. It's probably what's going to happen. See you next time.